All right, y'all, welcome back. I've got a fun one for y'all today. I am headed to our local drive-in movie theater, Quazar Drive-In. They just installed a second screen and they're gonna be playing a couple rad movies tonight. And I reached out to Jeff, the owner, and he's gonna give me a tour of the spot when we get there. And I think he's gonna let me stay the night at the drive-in. So this should be a really fun one, y'all. Stay tuned. There's the second screen over there, and then there's the main screen. It's been a little bit since I've been here, but I have been here before. There's only, and I might be wrong, I could probably ask him, but I know of 2 drive-ins in Nebraska. There's one a few hours north in Neely, and then this one, which opened up just a few years ago. We're gonna get ourselves a spot back here. That should be good. All right, let's head inside and talk to Jeff. I've never met him before, so this should be a good time, man. I'm excited about this one.
I love it.
How's it
I
going?
realize in your picture it's a shorty too.
Yes, yes.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks for allowing me to do this.
Yeah, anytime. This is awesome. A special weekend this weekend, but yeah, this is so when we do our Dusk Till Dawn, it'll be back on this screen this year.
Okay.
So I'm working on Paramount's a little bit easier to deal with this year. They had kind of gotten a little out of touch in the past couple seasons, but I wanted to do, we did our biggest Dusk Till Dawn was Friday the 13th parts 1 to 7.
Oh, you played on.
So I want to do that back here this year and get a little bit more of the treed atmosphere and a little bit more camp theme with our ponds back here. I think that's the perfect ambiance for that. So
That'll be awesome.
I've got all kinds of stuff on the slate for scheduling coming through September, October. I just wanted to get this off the ground, make sure that everything back here worked and was kind of one of those things that, you know, walk before you run. And
Oh,
I didn't want to put a whole
absolutely.
bunch of, I know that's why I didn't really promote this show a whole lot during the week, is because I'd rather embarrass myself in front of 13 cars last night instead of,
Yeah.
you know, 130.
So this is Jeff, guys. I guess didn't do a
Hi.
formal introduction, but when did you open this place up?
2021 was our first season.
2021?
So May of 21. So come on in. It's just kind of getting started up, and I've got projects tore apart everywhere. This is Benny.
What's up, Benny? How's it going?
Yeah, he's super friendly.
Coming in? Come on.
Here, you've seen all this stuff.
Yep.
And they're just getting fired up and filling things up. So behind the blue door is kind of where everything happens for the movies back here. My sound system is there. Controller for the projectors and all of our programs and stuff is there. But upstairs, and again, I've got things a little disheveled still from installing a new projector this week, and we just lifted everything up through this hole. So when we asked a lot of the older, like original drive-in format owners, what would you change about your place if you could? And any of them that said, anyone we talked to that had kids said, well, I'd put an apartment or something at the drive-in that we could stay at, because like my kids slept on the tops of the freezers when they were, you know, when they were little. So in planning this out, there's sleeping quarters in the back for the boys, so we can put them to bed at a normal bedtime. They're not having to get up at 2 in the morning and haul home. And then we've got our bedroom and bathrooms and stuff to
that's
be able to
awesome.
stay. So like a lot of people have, you know, like a summer cabin that they go hang out in the summers, and this is sort of our summer cabin. So,
This is awesome.
I'll climb here, and I don't know if you want to climb one.
Oh, yeah,
or
I'll
if you
come
just
up.
want to put it up the. Again, this is a little disheveled, and my slinky ladder that I normally have up here was a little too shaky for the guys doing the projection stuff. They wanted something more sure-footed, so then we got them a real ladder.
Yeah.
My Clark Griswold ladder that we normally use. And again, this area was another spot that OG drive-in owners were like, we used to have these huge simplex projectors, 2 projectors on 35 millimeter with switchovers, or we had a huge platter system. We don't need that space now. They're like, my projector is the size of a dishwasher.
Yeah, it's all digital.
And I control it from a computer. I don't need all that space. This is very spacious, but it's all out of the way. So it's space that we wouldn't really have used for much anyway. Just a little bit of a rundown. We run NEC laser projection. This one is 35,000 lumens, and it's got a 600-foot throw to the screen. That one is 24,000 lumens, and it's got a 300-foot throw to a 50-foot screen. This is an 85-foot screen at 600 feet. That one's 50 at 300. So this one's actually optically bigger.
Okay.
It's the difference between holding your phone out here and watching a movie and holding it here.
Okay.
So that was, and the idea of foreshortening that, we figured out pretty quickly. The front field holds 500 cars, roughly, about 480 cars. Not every movie will fill that. In fact, a lot of movies, if there's 100 cars at that movie, it looks like you're watching your favorite garage band play the CHI Center. It's, it's not as good an atmosphere. It's pretty sporadic. It feels like you're at a really slow deal. Also, most movie contracts are 2 to 3 weeks. So if you show that movie and it does gangbusters on the first weekend, and everybody that wanted to see it kind of came out and saw it, your grosses will drop anywhere from 50 to 70% to the second week. So you need somewhere to push that movie. That is screen 2. We quickly figured out, instead of another 500 car screen, we maybe needed another 100.
So you're going to just move it to the back and play something
that
new.
Movie to the back screen, and you play a new movie on Friday, and try to keep that cadence of a new show every Friday on your front screen. And multiplexes have done that for years. They've got a giant, their first screen is, a deluxe screen, and they have 2 or 3 really good premium size format screens, and plus an IMAX or whatever, and then they have their smaller halls. This is the newbie. And you'll notice if you got next to the other one, it's got this big zoom telephoto lens on it. This is still a zoom lens, but it's much less gymnastics for the optics to get out to that screen at 300 feet. This one's a flat ratio screen. That one's scope, which is kind of nice because a lot of the retros that I like to do, like I think actually all of the Friday the 13th movies and sequels are in flat ratio, 185 to 1, which will fill this screen. On that has sidebars, and for me the screen is like the speedometer. I paid for the whole thing. I want to use the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a lot of my posters down and stuff now. I had most of the posters up here were either stuff that was our first run movie that we ran in 21. I kept my Taylor Swift poster just because so many other people wanted it.
You got to, right?
Right? Like, I didn't want it until you did. Yeah, that's the booth. It's really pretty boring and low drama, and that's exactly how I like it.
It's a lot different without having the big old school projectors.
Right. It just doesn't have, it's not, while I'm up here, I'm actually gonna
get the AC going.
Kick a few degrees out of the AC. That was a new addition with the second projector as well.
Those machines probably generate a lot of heat then?
They do. The thing is, if you can keep the intake charge on them pretty cool, they kind of take care of themselves a little bit. Because they'll add about 20 degrees to the ambient temperature, which is kind of a big deal if the ambient temperature gets to be 90 degrees up there. But if I keep the 68 to 17 degrees, it definitely helps keep the internals on everything cool, and then when it's kicking out the exhaust, it's not a huge increase.
Yeah.
So, and it actually, I don't know when the last time you saw a movie here was, our sound previously, it's kind of funny, was through those Ramsey transmitters, which are something from the 70s.
Old, yeah.
Those came from the I-70 drive-in. The guy that did the new projection got me hooked up with some Decade transmitters, and I've got a compressor on the first screen that works well. Experimenting with some other technologies on this to see on screen 2 how that goes. But basically all new sound systems with this upgrade too. I've got a couple compliments, but I don't get any complaints like we used to sometimes when it would clip, or you'd have vocals that were too quiet to pick up.
Yeah.
It's really the dynamic range of you know, a 5-channel or a 7-channel, just deliver some of the kids' crap out of my office. Great candy. The dynamic range of a cinematic movie soundtrack versus what you can do through FM are two drastically different things. So a lot of stuff modulates higher than you want for FM, or when you turn things down to keep them from blowing out, well then they're too quiet.
Oh yeah.
But
so you got to tell me about the truck.
Pickup?
Yes.
It's not a real old NASA truck.
Oh, I thought it was.
I tried hard to make it look like one. I thought it would be hilarious, especially with kind of a space cowboy theme. Quazar, space themed.
Yeah.
More Sputnik era, you know, space race. Jenny's an architect. I'm a graphic artist and hot rod guy, so this is kind of the marriage of our two passions. And you know, in our estimation, the peak of American design was right around 1959. And with the space race stuff and all that, I needed a truck for out here. So a buddy of mine had this square body for sale. Once I lowered it and put wheels and stuff on, I'm like, gosh, that really reminds me of a Hot Wheel I had when I was a kid, and I could have swore it was like a NASA truck. Looked and looked through boxes, couldn't find the truck, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, that's the perfect tie-in for a spacey themed place. I'm like, it's an 85 pickup, let's look and see what NASA trucks looked like in 1985.
Okay.
So I pulled all the livery that they used on those trucks as a ground support, like a shuttle support unit. They did use Chevy square body pickups and Suburbans and Blazers then. And then just basically frisketed everything out. The lettering's hand painted on, but inside of friskets, and then wet sanded and polished as much of it.
The
off
way
as
it
I
looked,
needed to.
I had thought that this was a real truck.
And that was exactly the point, is to try to make it look like it maybe left Cape Canaveral, Florida, and some redneck got a hold of it and hot rodded it. It's got a lumpy cam 327 and stuff in it.
Perfect.
Actually, here it's a lot funnier when you hear it run too, because it's like, damn.
Yeah, my Silverado's got a big cam in it.
Up to make it keep pace.
Oh, that's awesome.
So big power aluminum heads, 3500 stall converter. You'd mentioned gears in your truck. I've got a 410 Posys at home sitting waiting to go into this for down season. It's got like a 256 gear in it right now, it's helpless. It won't get out of its own way until you get going about 60, and then it's just a brick fight in there, you know, aerodynamics.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about with that thing.
Right, yeah, big box of air.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it gets a lot of looks, kind of that double take of like, what's that doing out here? But you know, it just still works the name into it a little bit, and you'll see the THX 138 on the fender. That's the license plate number on the Graffiti coupe, and George Lucas's first movie was THX 1138, which is why the coupe has that license plate number on it.
Okay.
So there's a little movie Easter egg here and there. So.
Yeah, this is a rad rig, guys.
You can't have a square body truck without a horse blanket, or you know, a saddle blanket, seat cover, and my vintage 3-spoke old wood grip or wood look grip wheel and all that. It's I haven't got the rest of my interior stuff kind of finished. We started the season this year, and just it just runs away with it.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Just about time to go through it again, because the box sides were rough when I did all the paint stuff to it, and now they're like all the hod is falling back out of the quarters, and fender lips are pretty chewed up from being around here. So started out, it was kind of the community truck until it mowed a few posts down, and I'm like, okay, new rule. Jeff is the only one who drives the truck again.
Yeah.
I know I said it was indestructible, but it really hurts my heart to see you do that. So
yeah. All right, so cool. So that's the 10-cent tour from Jeff. We're gonna take a walk around a little bit, check out the front screen. So as you can see, it's a huge lot out here, guys, and we did have some rain the other day, so it's a little wet, but it ain't bad. Actually gonna take the path. Hopefully we don't get demonetized from the music on this one, but I can probably cover it up if I need to. But I might be wrong. I think he just told me this is an 85-foot screen, and it's hard to get it on the camera how big this actually is, but they've got all the spots out here. You've got your markers and whatnot. Back in the day, they used to have like little speakers that you would hang on your car window. They don't do that anymore. Everything goes through your car radio, or they do have radios here that you can rent, and then it's just broadcast over an FM band, and that way you can listen to the movie and watch the movie or whatnot. But kind of feel like next year I should sponsor. He does signs. You can sponsor decal signs, or you can get your name on the screen before the movie. I feel like we should do that. But I think sometimes they do like a bonfire out front. On Thursday nights, they'll do a free movie. They just play one, and it's like, I'm gonna say it wrong, but you can do like a donation or whatever. Somebody sponsors the film, and it's always kind of a cool one that they play. And then on Saturdays out here, I don't know if it's every Saturday, but they do, like, he calls it the Quazar Bazaar, so it's like a flea market type of deal. So you can come out here and check out that. But of course there's music going up here too. Just a giant screen. And I've seen people come up here and they just bring all their chairs out in this front area and you can sit and hang out. I've been here with my wife and we just brought lawn chairs. I don't know if I'm gonna sit in the van tonight or if I'm gonna sit outside on my chair. We'll find out, but yeah, it just doesn't translate to the camera how big that actually is, but it's huge. All right, probably get headed back over to the van. I am gonna grab some food here tonight since they've got the full concession stand. No reason for me to cook. There's a playground if you want to bring your kids. They got slides and an old slide and merry-go-round and whatnot. And it's just, it's cool that these things are still in operation, that he took the time to build this. And you know, because all of them are closing across the country, to have something like this to be able to bring your friends and family to is really neat. We're just outside of Valley, Nebraska. I will leave links to their Facebook page and the website in the video description so you guys can come check them out. There's still going to be a few showings this year, so make the road trip out here and see the movies, man. It's definitely worth the experience, especially if you got little kids. I remember I've got fond memories of going to the drive-in growing up. And then we've got the second screen back here, which is built a little bit differently. He's got shipping containers behind this thing, so I don't know, I assume he's using them for storage, but 50-foot screen, and it is kind of neat how they set it up. So you can see 4 stacked containers. Oh yeah? You giving me the tour, bud? Don't get yourself all muddy. There we go. You gotta go inside. Well, we've got a bit of time before the movies start. But I did come a little early, so I wasn't bothering him while he was trying to do his job too much. But yeah, see what they got in the old concession stand here in a bit. All right, y'all. Well, I grabbed some food. I got myself a cheeseburger and some onion rings, if you can see that. And I had to pick up a print of his truck. He's got a bunch of cool prints in there for sale, so I'm gonna have to get a frame for this and hang it up somewhere once I get my space set up at home. Eventually, one of these days, we'll get that hung up. But they got pizza, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, burritos, hot dogs, like your average concession stand foods, I would say. And a root beer, of course. I wouldn't be able to sit back here and watch it, which is kind of a bummer. I suppose I could have turned the van around and like opened the back doors up, but I don't know. There's a lot of people that'll pull in like SUVs and trucks, and they'll back them in and then, you know, sit in your truck bed or in the back of your SUV and watch the movies like that. Ooh, there's some more hot rods pulling in. There's a convertible that showed up. I think it's an Oldsmobile, like a Cutlass. Ooh, check that out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Look at that. Very nice. There's a couple more in line over there. You'll get why once the movies get going, see what's playing tonight. Fairlane. Awesome. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna finish my dinner. Oh, is that an Edsel? Yeah, it's an Edsel. I called it. Oh yeah. Oh, another one. I guess me and the rest of the cool kids are in the back row. Well, there's a few more rigs that have pulled in. There's an old Bronco right there. Old Chevy over there. It's a 4-door. Let's hop out and get a look at some of these. Check that one out. Shoebox. These are pretty rad. Don't see Edsels very often. Got another Oldsmobile here. Another convertible up there. Should be a good one. First movie tonight is going to be American Graffiti. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of that one before. But I'll hop back in the van and let you guys know what that's going to be. Because there's probably some of you that have never heard of that one. It's an older flick for sure. So American Graffiti is from 1973. And it's about, on the last day of summer vacation in 1962, friends Kurt and Steve and Terry and John cruise the streets of a small town, California, while a mysterious disc jockey, Wolfman Jack, spins classic rock and roll tunes. It's the last night before their grown-up lives begin, and Steve's high school sweetheart, a hot-to-trot blonde and bratty adolescent, and a disappearing angel and a Thunderbird provide all the excitement they can handle. So that should be a good one. There's 2 movies playing. They always do 2 on the nights of the drive-ins or whatever, except for Thursday. So it should be a good one. It's got Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, Charles Martin Smith, and Paul LeMat are the main characters. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this one before, but I think it should be a good flick. I haven't seen it in a long time, and it's directed by George Lucas of Star Wars. So, and we're not too far away from starting time, so I'm excited. And it's actually pretty comfortable sitting in the van. I wasn't sure if I was going to sit outside or in here, but I'll probably sit in here. I've got a little radio because I don't want to run the van radio all night. And this one, it's actually a weather radio with a hand crank on the back, so you can keep it charged, and this should be good enough. But I guess I'll let you guys know when the movie starts. So the sun's just going down and it's just starting.
We'll be back at Christmas. I'll dance now, not at Christmas. Come on.
All right, y'all. First movie was great. American Graffiti is great, dude. I haven't seen that in so long. Really enjoyed that one. And for the second movie tonight, we've got 2-Lane Blacktop, which I believe is maybe a little bit older. I actually have this 2-Lane Blacktop on like a commemorative DVD set. I think it came with a booklet, if I remember correctly. And man, I hadn't seen American Graffiti in so long that I forgot Harrison Ford was in it. So you can hear some of the nice stuff leaving. 2-Lane Blacktop is from 1971, and it says, hopefully this is like copyright music. Better turn that down a little bit more. So 2-Lane Blacktop's from 1971. In this cult favorite road film, a mechanic played by Dennis Wilson and a driver played by James Taylor live only to race and maintain their 55 Chevy. Heading east from California with no particular agenda, they give a girl, played by Lori Bird, a ride, and en route she incites jealousy between the men by sleeping with them both. Meanwhile, the trio encounters an overbearing GTO driver, played by Warren Oates, who agrees to race them to New York, each side putting at stake their most prized possession, which is their car. And there's the 2-Lane Blacktop Chevy, if you guys can see it. So it's 10:22, and this movie is an hour and 45 minutes, so it's going to be a late one, but I am crashing out here tonight, so it's pretty rad. Once again, big thanks to Jeff for letting me kick it. But I'm gonna head to the bathroom, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. And I love the theater, man. I guess turn this off. My weather radio's got a light. Although I don't know if you guys leave the intermission cartoons, like the old school stuff. So awesome. Ooh. Well, credits are rolling on.
Thanks for coming out tonight to join us.
Oh, there's
Have a
Jeff.
safe drive home. Appreciate you choosing Quazar.
Oh, yeah.
In bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.
I love the old style stuff that he plays. Anyways, 2-Lane Blacktop, man, I haven't seen that in a while. Like I said, I do own the movie. I forgot some of the parts in that. The car next to me looks like it was in the movie. There was some really cool stuff that showed up tonight. It's 12:12, so it's after midnight. It's gonna take a while for these folks to all roll out, but I'm just chilling here. Got the lights on so you guys can see me. I guess they are on blue. Turn them white so it looks a little better in there. There we go. But it's cooled off a lot, dude. The weather has been beautiful today. I think we had like a high of 75. What was it? High of 74. It's currently 59 degrees, and we've got a low of 54 tonight. So as you can see, I'm in a hoodie. It's going to be gorgeous, perfect sleeping weather. But I wasn't joking when I said it looks like it was in the movie. It's got the tilt up front end and everything, dude. That's rad. What's it got in it? 454. Sounds great. Smells good too. Alright, well, definitely one of the coolest spots that I've been able to spend the night. I think I said that on the Round the Bend video where we did the testicle taste test, but man, this might take the cake for that one. And then being able to pick up this print of his truck, dude, I'm stoked on that. It's a Billy Tackett. We're definitely gonna slap that in a frame. I know they've got some cleaning up and whatnot to do, but it's late, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get crashed out. Oh man, great experience. And if it wasn't for you guys, man, I would never get the opportunity to do this, like to be able to spend the night here like this. Super cool stuff. But I don't know if we even need the fan tonight, but I'm gonna turn it on to 1. And I need to charge this up. No, I should be good. All right. It's gonna be chilly by the time I wake up. I should have grabbed my other blanket. Suppose I could close some windows, but we'll be all right. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Oh, good morning, y'all. Sun is bright out there. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go get some coffee this morning. But he did leave the bathroom open for me. Which, maybe it's weird, but I'm gonna take you guys to the bathroom and show you he's got a mural in there that's really fitting for a theater and a bathroom. So let's go check that out. I don't know too many people that get to do this besides the owners. Wake up right here. It's a little wet. I mean, check that out. Like, I don't think, yeah, dude. Goofy, I know. I am goof. Check that out. It's from Ghostbusters, if you guys don't know. I guess I didn't even see the Darth Vader one in here. Don't forget. It says, don't forget to wipe the dark side. That's hilarious. Alright. I gotta use the bathroom and I'll see you guys back outside. Well, guess there ain't much left to do here. I'm gonna get my jeans put on since I gotta go into the gas station or whatever. We'll get our windows closed up. But it turned into an absolutely gorgeous evening, man. Couldn't have asked for a better night for this either. It's considering the weather that we've been having. But all week it's supposed to be in the 70s. I think we're going to go back up into the 80s and whatnot, but this whole rest of this week is going to be in the 70s, so I'm going to get out and do some good camping this week. What a cool opportunity. This is one I'm going to remember for a long time. Alright. Let's go see if we can find ourselves a little breakfast burrito or something. Driving straight into the dang old sun. Morning. All right, back in the van. Got a couple of bacon, egg, and cheese tornadoes off the old roller wheel of death. I do like these, especially the breakfast ones. And a big old cup of coffee. Can't say enough about the opportunity to be able to stay there. Like I said last night, you know, it's you guys are, you know, Jeff obviously said I could stay there, but you guys are what's giving me this opportunity. So huge shout out to y'all. Thanks to y'all for watching my dumb videos. Yeah, lets me do some of the most amazing things, and it was such a blast last night. Great movies, you know, and he's always playing good stuff. I think next weekend is he's got the new Jurassic Park going, and I guess I don't know what he's playing on the second screen next weekend. On Thursday, which is that Classics with a Cause that I mentioned, I think it's a free show. He's got The Godfather on the 28th. And then on the 29th, he's doing Jaws and Jurassic World Rebirth, which maybe that's on the second screen. And then also on the 29th, oh, maybe this is the second screen. He's playing Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. So that would be a very late night. But I imagine that's going to be the second screen one. And then he's doing the same thing on Saturday. So Jaws and Jurassic World on the main screen, Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3 on the second screen. Such a cool spot. I know we aren't in the age of drive-ins anymore, so if you guys have never been to one, absolutely make the pilgrimage to come out to this one, or find one in your local state, because there are still plenty of drive-ins out there. You just have to look for them. They're worth the experience 100%, you know. And yeah, but I think I'm just gonna close this one out here. I don't know how this video is gonna even turn out, to be honest with you. And there was a bunch of music in the beginning when I got there, so hopefully I can figure out how to like put other music over that or something so the video doesn't get demonetized. But if you made it this far, definitely give it a thumbs up. And like I said, I'll leave Quazar's information in the description, their website, Facebook page, and Instagram, if you guys want to go check them out on those platforms. And yeah, as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit. Good stuff.